Okay. Whoops.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. So let's wait another 30 seconds, then we can go. We already have some people. Okay, shall we start?
I'm ready.
Okay. So thanks everyone for being here tonight. I'm with Dorian. We're gonna go over some new products that are coming. Dorian's gonna show us some cool bikes, and thank you everyone. Dorian?
How's everybody doing tonight? So I guess what we're going to try to do here is, first of all, we've got some new products we want to talk about. Got some existing products that have been available for a little while. We're going to talk about those too. Are you going to get it where I can see the chat?
Sorry? Yeah.
I can't see.
I will. No, but I will.
Oh,
the
you'll just bring
comments, I
them
can
up?
show the comments like this. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
You
Cool,
see?
cool. All right,
Yeah.
yeah, there we go. I remember now. All right, so anyway, my name's Dorian Thomas. I'm head of product development and research for Ground Zero and SounDigital. If you don't know who I am, I'm the owner of Blaze Performance Cycles down in North Carolina. We do some serious audio bikes around here. In fact, North Carolina's got some of the loudest bikes in the nation. To be honest with you, there's a lot of good people local here. With that being said, I'm gonna take you out into the shop here in a minute and show you some stuff that will do really good for quite a few different applications. Gonna showcase a couple of the new amps. I've got the new GZCM 6.5s. It's a ferrite speaker. It's very similar to the Black Basket. Very good speaker. It works very well. Let me see here. It was kind of funny. So I changed all the speakers in the big bike Diogo to the GZCMs, I guess back in right after Daytona. Say again?
Yeah. A couple months ago, right?
Yeah, right after Daytona, I decided I just wanted to try them out and see how they did. And I ended up keeping them in there because they did really well. They are they're super loud. I was very impressed with the price point on the speaker and how good they sounded. With it being a ferrite speaker, they're a little bit warmer than a Neo. They seem to have a lot of what you would call, what's the word I'm looking for? They're just a little bit richer. Now, they're not quite as loud as the Red Basket or the Black Basket, but they are a very good speaker. With the way we run them, they're running off, everything's off EVOX. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this out here, and we can kind of go over things. I got everything laid out in the shop.
I'll just put you on the big screen so everyone can see better. Yeah, there we go.
Close. All right, so I'm going to flip this screen if I can figure out how. Will it let me flip it?
Yes, you did it last time.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's not giving me an option now for some reason. Camera.
No?
There it is. I got to switch it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. There we go. That's perfect. Just have to flip a little bit.
So what we got.
There we go.
Yeah, I got to kind of come out a little bit. So what I got here is I've got the GZCM 6.5 SPL. This is the green edition. It's got push terminals, ferrite speaker, minor modifications to the bike market. There we go. Minor modifications to get them into pods and the 14 and up. They'll fit directly in the 13 and down fairings on most bikes. We have the 6.5. We have the 8-inch. Again, I put these in the heavyweight bike, and we went down and did a show at Joey's, and it did really well. It was it was within 1 dB of what it was at Grudge Fest. And in Grudge Fest, if anybody knows, when you're competing in the cold, you're going to have a little bit better. You're going to have a little bit better SPL reading. So with that being said, we turned 158.1 on that bike when it did 159.8 at Grudge Fest inside, and we were outside at Joey's show down in I guess it was Roland at the drag. It was 710 Dragway. It did really well. So this little thing here, this is our new 2404. I got the prototypes. I've been testing them. I've had some really good luck with them. There's a lot of ways you can run this amp because you can do 2 ohm, 4 ohm. You can do bridged. It's giving you, basically 600 watts channel that you can work anyway. Now, if you get a 4 ohm version, in which what I've done in the slingshot sitting behind me over here, we're gonna walk over here. So I've got in the sling right now, I've got, let's see, 6.5 here, 6.5 there, and an 8-inch there. So there's 8 speakers, 8 mid drivers, 4 on each side. They're all running off of the 2404, all 8 of them. So the way we work that is because of the ohm loads and because of the way it works, and the power output, I can run 6 6.5s, 2 8s. I could run 4 6.5s, and let's see, 2 10s. Have 1200 watts, 600 watts each way on that. You can run multiple different combinations with this amp because it is bridgeable. And I'm running those in stereo each channel. And so that makes that work to 2 ohm load in stereo. But they also offer a 2 ohm version as well that's bridgeable at 2 ohms. So that'll give you 1200 watts a channel each side. And then if you have, if you bridge to 4 ohm, you got to be at 4 ohm, obviously, on the bridge. And then I've just got this in, and this is a new thing I'm working on, testing a little bit. It's 1202. It's same size as 1204. They decided not to make a 1201 because we can bridge this amp. So this amp can actually be a 1201, 2 ohm, or 4 ohm because it's offered in 2 ohm, 4 ohm load. Still has high level inputs, still has the electronic crossover, full pass, high pass, low pass, 2 channel input. If you need something that's going to be powerful, you need 600 watts a channel, or you need 1200 watts mono at 2 ohm. That's the amp to use. And then we have the new EVOX 3000. So this is 3000 EVOX 3001. I've been testing these now for about a month. Really good amp, works very well. I'm running, a single 10 off one. I got a 3000 watt RMS 10 running off one. I'm sorry, 2500 watt RMS 10 running off one. I've had multiple bikes. We tested one in a competition bike that was down at Joey's show, and he did really well. It was a lightweight bike with 2 mid-bass 10s, and we got a 3001 because I've been running the mid-bass 10s off a 3001 Nano for a long time. Now this amp is the same size as the 3001 Nano, so it's lost some weight and some size, so now it fits in those spots. The new 5001 is a little bit bigger than the older 3001, so this is your 5001. Same setup. You can get it in 2 or 4 ohm. I'm sorry, 1 or 2 ohm, and this is the 1 ohm version. This is what we're going to use on a lot of the bikes with the bigger, with 4 speaker setups, and now we have. And
Dorian,
this. Yes, sir.
Just one thing also, especially on the 3, 5, and 8K, it's not just like I said, we had a size reduction, but also very important, we really improved all these amplifiers. We have done a lot of work inside, and we really have. Done a lot of things, and also like I said, on the 1200.2 on the 2 channel, we have a lot of benefits also. When we use the bridge, we have a lot more driver control, so in the end it's a much better solution to have the 1200.2 than the 1200.1.
Absolutely.
So I think it would be a very, very good move for us.
I agree 100%. So the 3001, like I said, I've been testing that in a couple of the situations I've got, and man, I'm gonna tell you what, the low end response on the new EVOX lines are a little bit better than they were on the older Evos. I've had a lot of I did some testing with an RTA and with SPL meter, and I'm picking about 1.5 more dB up at the lower frequencies from 40 to 80, which was what you'd said we were going to get out of them, and that's what we needed. And then I've noticed on the EVOX lines, I've got a lot, especially on the 804, the 1204, the 2400 as well. We've got a really good mid-range sound out of this amp that's really impressed me. It's brought them alive, especially with the GZ speakers, because they're already very very mid-range happy anyway. They have a great vocal. I've liked this speaker since they came out. I mean, all of them, the GZ line. Now, new little crossover here. It's the GZDSP 4-8X2. So what this is it's an updated version of the 48X. Better, better terminals. Software is a little bit faster, actually. Sound quality is better. I haven't had a chance to actually put it on a scope to see what the difference is on the actual distortion rates and stuff, but it does, with the tune from one going straight into this same tune, same parameters, it does have a cleaner sound. So it's not just a rebadged DSP. I was actually, because a lot of people have that misconception. Oh, well, it's just, it's just that same, it's just different outside box. No, it's actually got some different stuff inside. And I don't know the technical terms of what they've done differently. All I know is that the sound quality is better. And that's what we look for in this situation. I'm gonna walk over here real quick. So I got a little lightweight beater bike here that we've got all EVOX. Now this one has a 1601 in it, but it's got EVOX 804 up in the dash there, and then it's all GZ. We got GZ black baskets, and then obviously you open up the bag, we have the GZ yellow basket, and we do baffle it. We make our own little fiberglass enclosures to go behind them, so it seals them off when they're running. But so anyway, I'm gonna walk back here in the office and we'll take some questions.
And thank you very much, Dorian, for showing some of these new products. And like Dorian said, we're open for some questions for you guys. So if anyone has any question, please start posting them. First, I also would like to say, we have been working really, really hard to be able to keep up with the demand for the EVOX. It has been quite a bit overwhelming. Thank you guys. The sales have really increased a lot compared to our previous line, and just be a little bit patient. But we are working very hard to get more products into the US. We have right now, we have very good inventory still for some models EVOX. So 1200.4, we should have plenty. 800.1. So you guys should be good for the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I'm glad we're getting them back in stock. I know it's been crazy.
Yeah, let's see what let's see some questions here. So Carl is saying he can't wait to get his hands on the 2400. They're coming. A few more weeks.
Carl,
we expect. Yeah, go ahead.
I said Carl's been asking me about this amp for about 3 months now. He's like, hey man, when's that amp coming out? Hey man, when's that amp coming? Actually, it's been almost. It's what is this? July almost or June? Yeah, it's been 6 months. Yeah,
we will have before the end of July. We are gonna have the amplifier, so it's already finishing production and on the way. Let's see another one. So this one, I will ask this. I will answer this one. Did you fix all the issues with 1200.4? So we did have a couple amplifiers, not a couple, but a few in the first batch that had a few hiccups. We had some details, but everything is taken care of. And so far, if we count overall our sales of EVOX, percentage is about 1% return rate, a little bit less actually. So the products have been really, really reliable. So let's see this one for you. Let's see. I don't know who wrote it, but 800.1. Can a 800.1 run 4 8-inch neos?
So
It doesn't say the model though.
well, yeah, that's a kind of a loaded question because the 801 is a 500 hertz and below speaker. So a 500 hertz below amplifier. So it's not a full range amplifier. It's made for for your lower frequency. It's almost a mono block. So we want to make sure that people don't get confused and try to run an 801 in that application if it is for vocals. You don't want to run it there. But if you want to run, there will be an 802 if I'm not mistaken down the line, and that will be a full range amplifier just like the 804.
Let's see here. Any plans on a 6-channel? So we have been working on some new models, some prototypes with more channels, 5-channel, 6-channel, and so on. But right now we don't have any ETA on those. So at the moment, not yet. This one here. Can I use my? You answered that before, right, Dorian? You can use the same.
So what happens is I didn't transfer a file because I just changed laptops. So I don't know. What I did is I had one where I had a file that was saved into onto a flash drive, and I loaded it into the computer. It didn't load, but there was something, like I said, my laptop I just got 2 brand new laptops last week. So what I did is I took everything that I had I screenshotted it from one and then just loaded it into the same thing, all the dimensions, and that's how I did it. But I'll know that answer probably. I can probably find out by tomorrow. If you hit me up in
we have to check, but I'm pretty sure we can use the same file because the software is will be actually is the same software, just different hardware. So it should be good.
I'm pretty sure. I want to say. It looks the same. So everything looks the same.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if we have more questions here. Let's see. Not so many. Oh, here we go. Another question. So we'll be getting stock on the SounDigital and Ground Zero anytime soon. So actually, we have plenty of inventory. We receive new inventory every week. So, our dealers know. The dealers place the order. Every week we are getting some new products. So, yes. Okay. So this one, great job. Product looks awesome. Extremely nice. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Let's see. Dorian, maybe we have to make some questions because not so many right now. Let's see. Some more coming. What else can we talk about, Dorian? Why we wait for some more questions?
So I guess what I think we got some stuff on the horizon. We got a new coaxial we're working on for Ground Zero. It's in production now. We developed it. We've been developing it. It's a 6.5-inch coaxial for the Rider Series bikes. Going to run in conjunction with a 404 EVOX, and we're working on basically making a plug-and-play setup for it. So it's really good for the car dealer guys and the guys who want to do quick turnaround bikes on 2-speaker setups. We're working on trying to get to Sturgis with it. We don't know yet. It just depends. COVID's kind of messed us up a little bit on production time and the shipping, and so we can't say yay or nay. I will say that it's a really good speaker. It's not a competition level speaker, guy. I know that's going to be the next thing. Is it like the Bema or is it like this? It's a true coaxial with a 1-inch dome tweeter in the center. It's very loud, very clean, and it's got a lot of good volume. Yes, they will be water resistant.
Yes. Let's see. Brian has an issue with the DSP. Have you had this? I've never seen this before. Have you had this? Disconnecting and reconnect while tuning at higher volume.
While you're tuning at higher volume? Is it? You mean disconnecting from the stream, or is it disconnecting from the device itself from the computer? Bluetooth. Or is it can Bluetooth? How are you hooking up? I got to know a little more information than that, because I've not had the only time I've ever had one. I've had a Bluetooth dongle go bad, and it would disconnect from the phone constantly, and I replaced it and it went away.
Okay, this one from Greg. So, will there be older Evos available again? So we do have some more coming this month and next month to fulfill some back orders for our dealers, but they will be discontinued. Everything will be replaced by EVOX. And the same kind of question we have here. Here we go. So the Nano. The Nano also is going to be discontinued. We still have the Nanos in inventory in stock, but everything is going to be transitioned to EVOX. So if you need some Nanos, you should hurry because they won't last so long.
EVOX is far superior to the Nano.
Oh yeah. Very, very, totally different level. This one for you, Dorian. Look. People ask
wiring options for 3-ohm speakers like the Black Basket. Okay, so now the Black Basket specifically, you can wire it just like a 4-ohm speaker, and it'll be just fine. You won't get any clipping issues if you wire it at 2-ohm or 4-ohm bridged. Just depending on how you wire it up. I've been running the EVOX bridged with the 6.5s and the 8s since October of last year in a bridge configuration with them being at a 3-ohm, and they don't because of impedance rise of the way the speaker is designed. It's not a problem. Now, if it's a different type of speaker, I can't say that. I don't know.
Yeah. So Brian here is saying that he is using USB cable to tune.
Okay, so he's using a USB and it keeps disconnecting.
That's what he's saying.
Has he replaced his USB cable? Has he tried a different one?
Yeah, this
that's what I've had that happen too, where the cable's gone bad and it would constantly disconnect every time you turn it on. And it's not a high volume. It was never at a high volume. It would just, you plug it in and work for a minute and disconnect. But I would try a different cable, and if that's not the case, I would check your voltage.
So this one, any of the amps have auto turn on? Yes. Our amplifiers that have the high level input, they have the auto turn on as well. Right?
Yes.
Let's see. Now we have good questions. So this one is asking, where can we get the Evo repaired? So Arnie, if you have any issues with any of our models, any amplifier, yeah.
Tell Arnie to call me. He knows me. I know Arnie. Tell Arnie to call me direct.
Yeah, call Dorian then. Or for anyone also, just contact us at ra@sounddigitalusa.com. So
yeah, just tell Arnie to call me, and I'll get him straightened out.
Yeah, Jacob. Hey, Jacob, how's it going, my friend? He's saying DSP disconnection can be voltage issue. That's true. Can also be that. Let's see what else. The power line is also being discontinued. Yes. So everything will be together in the EVOX. The 3K, 5K, 8K, 12. They are all superior to the Power Series amplifier. Let's see. Someone likes the 6x9 Ground Zero. Greg. Let's see what else. Oh, maybe we should show a little bit more the 2400. What do you think? Oh, another question here. Will the 3K, 5K come with bass knob?
No, they don't come with a bass knob.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't come with a bass knob, but honestly, I either use Access or Pack. Either one of them work just fine, and it's just a straight RCA and out.
Yeah, they do come with the inputs for the bass knob, and we will have it. I believe by the end of the third quarter or so, we will have the bass knobs, SounDigital bass knobs also. They're coming, so very soon. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Nice looking. Yeah. Let's see if I see any more questions. Yeah. Not so many questions. Let's see. Do you have can you get maybe the 2400? Maybe show a little bit more. What do you think?
Yeah, I can do that. I have one out there.
Yeah.
I don't have a box, but I have the.
Yeah.
Chinese camera. So I can give you an idea of what the size is up against an older Evo and just kind of give them that way. It's
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I'll let you be on the big screen.
All right, give me a second to get all this here. So to give you guys an idea of the size of the 2400, since a lot of you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to do something here. Just give me a minute to get the camera turned around and open up this amp I got here. So I have an older 804, just a standard Evo model. And this will give you an idea. So let me do this. So this is what you have right here. So this is the new 2404. This is the older 804. It's literally about a quarter-inch longer, and the width is actually, yeah, it is. It's I love it because it's you figure, and it's actually the 804 is actually wide. Times the amp right here compared to this, 3 times. Yeah. And what I've done, and I can give you an idea. What I can do is, so behind, and I know you don't know much, and people don't know much about slingshots, but this is the dash of the slingshot. And there's a radio, and there's a little dash area behind here. So instead of having to mount under the seat or anywhere under the cab or whatnot, or in the glove box, I put the 2404, an 804, and a 404 behind the seat in here. So what that allowed me to do is the only behind the radio, I apologize, and a DSP. So I've got a DSP, 2404, 804, and 404 behind the head unit in the slingshot. And then obviously we got the pods, and then the speakers, and we got little speakers back here. But everything is run off those amps. And the only thing that's running off the 804 is horns. Because I've got a horn tweeter with each set of 6.5s, and it's just it's all about size. I mean, when you come down to it, size matters. And I don't care, and that's, I guess that's in everything that we do. You figure if you stack, so, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go open the trailer, and I'm going to show it. I'm going to give an idea of something I can do real quick. If you can hang on a second, I'll walk out here and see if I can get this thing open without making a total mess, or it's light enough.
While you do that, I'm going to answer a couple questions here, okay? Let's see. Let's see.
All right, so
oh, your screen a little bit frozen, maybe.
We got a here. We got
Dorian? Let's see. Can you hear me?
So when you look in here, this is in the back. Yeah, sorry about that. I lost my
I don't know what happened.
I lost my Wi-Fi connection.
Oh, that's
I was trying.
Yeah. So
Okay. Yeah, I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, I lost my Wi-Fi.
Let's see here. People are asking now about 2400. When is that available? So, like we said, end of the month, end of July, not end of the month, end of July, we should have plenty of inventory. So, okay, let's see. So, Dorian, this is the good question. Everybody asks about this. Can you see?
Yep. Yep. So that's something we're working on. It's you know, the driver for this amp is kind of unique. The 2 ohm 800, and in the size of the 804 that we have now, which is the EVOX. The problem is we have to make something different. And unfortunately, the driver for the 2 ohm is much larger than the one for the 4 ohm. So we talked about it, and like I said, Diogo and I had that same question. We talked about this earlier today. I know we need it, but the good thing about it is we do have the 1204 2 ohm, so we can move up to that. Nothing wrong with having a little extra power. The amp's not that much bigger. It's still way smaller than the older 804 2 ohm. Look, and then and then obviously we're going to have the 802, which will probably come out before the 804 2 ohm because of the driver size again. But hopefully we're looking at trying to get prototypes by the end of the year so we can start testing them. Unfortunately, that was one of my favorite amps, and that's a really good rider bike amp. I use that amp a lot. So what it's made me have to do is go to the 1200, which I guess isn't bad. Is if you have
more power is never bad, right?
Yeah, and power is never a bad thing. I like headroom anyway. Obviously, if you didn't see what's in that tour pack a while ago.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see. So I don't know which amplifier he's talking about, but that's Mark from Wired.
So if you're running a mid-bass driver, I mean, is a DSP recommended? It just depends on what you're trying to run, and then what kind of head unit, your source unit. I mean, there's some. It's a hard question to answer without a lot more information.
Yeah, and also in our EVOX amplifiers, we have our crossover now is very refined. Since the amplifier plays up to 500 hertz, you have a very precise crossover if you want to use for mid bass, like low frequencies and especially subwoofers. So
yeah, I did a sweep on one of the amps not too long ago with the crossovers because I guess somebody was having issues with a crossover, or they didn't think that it was crossing over low enough or high enough, and it was within like 50 hertz of 850 on the top end on the 804, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to go back and look, but I remember I literally went in and tested that because I wanted to see, and it's very, very accurate.
Yeah, so he's asking about these amps. So you should use the 800.1, right? 800.1 would be the best.
If he's going to be running for bass 500 hertz and less, I would run the 801, not either any of those. Or the 402 would work if you don't have it. Just depending on what you're trying to power. But 801 is going to be your best all around amp because it is a monoblock. It does have the subsonic and the high pass.
Yeah. So there's a question for you here.
Actually, you know what, Greg? I did a heat shield between the engine and the behind the radio area, so I wouldn't have as bad an issue. I haven't had any. We went down and it was 90 degrees in Myrtle Beach with those amps in there, and it was good. No issues with it at all. He sat in traffic with it while we were riding. I've driven it all around, had no issues with it, and it's been 90, 92, 93 degrees here so far. So not yet have I had any issues. If the head unit's not going to overheat, the amps get way hotter than the head units. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. If it does become a problem, then I'll work on something, heat reflective shield to go the other way. But I just put up honestly, what I did is I used a piece of cardboard and then, not cardboard, but like a piece of Luan with a front and rear sound deadener that had an aluminum and butyl cover on it. That way it's completely, it kills the noise coming from the engine, and then 2, it keeps the heat down some because it doesn't let it just blow right into the back of the radio area.
Okay, let's see. We don't have so many more questions. We have this one. People are buying. I think people are buying a lot of bikes in this COVID-19 situation, huh? People are buying toys.
I guess they can't go to the bar. People are saving money, man. They're not going to the bars. They're not going, they're not going out and drinking away their money. So it's like, and a lot of people want to get out and do things. Well, there's no concerts. There's no sporting events. There's nothing to do. So they've got a lot more expendable income, the ones who are working. And then obviously the ones who are on financial assistance because of this, they're getting more than they would if they were working. So it's working out well for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know I've been busy.
Yeah,
very, very busy.
Yeah, it's a good situation for the business. It's a complicated situation for the world, but there's not much we can do, right?
No,
it's complicated. Okay, let's see. Tommy is asking us to talk about the clip indicators on the amplifier, on the new 3K, 5K, 8K.
And what's he want to know about? I mean, they're just, I put a scope. We had that conversation about the 801. So I put a scope on the 3K, and I've noticed that it is real close to, how can I put this? I know you don't want to hear this, but it is a little bit sensitive compared to what.
Yes, we know. It's done. We do that to, it's the clip indicator is like a warning light. So it's a little bit.
If it's flashing, it's not clipping.
Yes.
If it's flashing, it's not clipping. If it is solid yellow and not flashing on and off, then you're in clip. You're getting distortion. But if it's flashing, like if it hits when one note hits, it's not clipping on per scope.
Yeah, it's just it's a warning. It's a way to help you guys tune the amplifiers a lot.
So you mean you can't glow it orange?
So see, he wants to build a slingshot with you. Looks like.
Come on, man, I'm ready.
That's good.
Actually, I'm not ready. I'm probably slammed until about August, but we'll get you right, man.
Okay, let's see. We have some question that's a little bit difficult. It's difficult to answer without knowing the system, huh?
Yeah, I mean, SounDigital 800 on 2 ohms or SounDigital 500 on 1 ohm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going 8K.
Depends, right? Yeah,
I'm going 8K either way. It doesn't matter to me either way. Yeah, I would run the 8K.
Yeah, like going back to the clip indicator, like Jacob said, what Jacob just said here in the chat. That's what basically. That's also one thing. Sometimes the scope is not fast enough to see, the soft clip. Like you said, it's not. So it's very. We work it to be very precise. It's like you said, it's a warning light. Basically. So another one. What's maximum input line voltage on the new amplifier? Have you had experience, Dorian, comparing the new to the old one?
I haven't really tested it, to be honest with you. I haven't had any trouble either way. I know that there's an issue with one of the head units that we use in the bike market, and that's the Aquatic AV. It's got too much voltage, supposedly. At least I've had a couple people talk to me about it, and I have not. All the SounDigital amps like less than a volt or right around 1 volt. They've always been really good at that area. If you get much more than that, see, I have so many that go through DSP and have multiple channels. I don't go through and test each line. I just know where it has to be at this point. Now I do, when I set up the amps initially, I'll set gains with my DD1 and set, like on the Sony head units I use about 90% of the times, I know exactly where it's got to be set. I got to know where the gains almost have to be set within, 30 seconds of a clock. So it's when you get more experience with it, it's going to be, because you use the same equipment all the time. I use the same DSPs. I use the same head units. I use the same amps. So it takes me, and then I just, I'll do voltage match on if you're bridging. Now that's something that you also want to talk about too, or we can talk about is when you're doing a bridge setup and you're running 2 front speakers, say you're running, 2 6.5s off the 404, you definitely want to gain match your your two sides because you don't want one side to be just a little bit higher than the other. You can do that using a voltage meter and measuring amperage, and use a test tone at 1,000 hertz, and then get it to where they're putting out the same voltage on both sides or amperage on both sides. Because if you don't do that, then you won't ever get it leveled off to where they're the same on each side. That's just a little tip.
Let's see if we have more. Yeah, not so much.
That's okay. We've been on for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So
let's wait a few more, see if anyone has any more questions.
So if anybody has any questions about some upcoming events or anything like that, we're going to be attending, SounDigital. I'll be representing SounDigital at SOS Philly up in Philadelphia on July 11th. Let's see, we've got my show at Fort Bragg Harley-Davidson in Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's going to be a really big show. SOS is back in that one. Big Wheel Women's back in that one. They're coming down. We've got Slingshot Takeover coming down for that one. Then we've got Sturgis after that. So we're going to be in Sturgis. And then we have Knowledge Fest in Dallas, if that goes on, September 25th, which is exactly the same weekend as SOS in Benson, which is 30 minutes from here. Yeah. So I won't be but I won't be at Knowledge Fest this year. This is kind of sucks. I like Knowledge Fest. That's one of my favorite events. Dallas Knowledge Fest is my favorite thing to do. I actually liked it better than I do SEMA. It's just a really good event. But yeah, so we'll be there. I know that there's a show in the next week. Schubert's got a show going on with Sound Wars
in July. Yeah.
These are, yeah, and then we've got. And obviously, there's Myrtle Beach Bike Week, which is I think it starts on like the 13th, and it goes through the 13th, 15th, 16th, 18th. So that'll be Myrtle Beach Bike Week, and I know there'll be some shows there. I'm sure BYB will have a show there at Spokes and Bones. There'll be some other ones going on. I'm sure Sound Wars. I don't know if Sound Wars has one or not. I haven't looked at that schedule yet. But then there's going to be Atlanta, Memphis. There's all kinds of stuff. We hope that's going to happen as long as we get through the COVID stuff enough to have it. So those will be some really good shows to me. If you've never heard one of these loud bikes or been around one of them, man, you got to go check it out. And that's the place to do it.
But wear a mask, Dorian. If you go to this,
you got to wear a mask.
Wear a mask like this. SounDigital mask.
There you go. You got you a SounDigital mask. See, I got to get one of those. I haven't been privileged enough to get one.
Yeah. So he's asking, any subwoofers being released for slimmer bags? We have the GZTW, right?
The GZ. So I know what Chad's looking for, and it's what GZ does not have a shallow enough sub that's powerful enough to go into slim bags. That's something I've been talking we've talked about before. We need something with about a 5-inch mounting depth, which we don't have.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, we're working on it. That's something we are working on. We need about a 5-inch mounting depth, and it needs to take about 800 RMS. So I'm not asking for much.
So people like the mask, Let me show the other one, People are saying Tony likes the mask. I have another one, EVOX mask also.
I better get one of those. I like the EVOX. No. Either one.
Yeah.
Hi, Tanya. How are you doing, hon?
Yeah. Let's see. Are you guys going to have anything car-related future events? Yeah, we will be at Knowledge Fest in Dallas. We'll have plenty of demo vehicles there, car audio. That's the next event, because other than that, all the other events were canceled. So let's see. I think that's about it for tonight, Dorian. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Let's see.
We talked about the GZCM 6.5 SPL.
Yep. I can't talk about our special project.
Not yet. This is secret, yet. Please. And this is a big secret.
Hey, it's going to be a good secret. It works well. It's clean.
Oh yeah, Tommy's car will be at Knowledge Fest, so
yeah,
he has a very nice system. So you guys will be able to hear.
Has Tommy even heard one of our bikes?
I believe so. I think so. I don't know if he has heard any of your bikes. Not yet.
Well, I mean, it ain't
Yeah,
got to be just one of mine. I mean, one of the big ones.
yeah. As far as consumer events, we don't have any planned at the moment because most are canceled. We were thinking about Islamology, but don't know if it's happening or not. So right now, the only shows we have planned are industry shows. For car audio, Knowledge Fest and SEMA. Those are the two shows.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we'll have something
Corey is
really interesting
asking.
for SEMA.
Yeah, Corey is asking about reliability of 1200.4. So
Who
guys,
is?
uh, Corey is asking about reliability of the 1200.4 EVOX.
I've been beating the brakes off a couple of them for a while, and I've not had any failures. I had one potentiometer failure, but it wasn't, and I've had that, and I think we had one that had some noise in it, but that's out of what? How many did I gotten? What, probably
Oh
12, 13? No, just kidding.
no, you got like
I'm
maybe
joking.
80
No,
or
I mean,
something like this.
yeah, we went through a bunch of them. So
Yeah, yeah. One thing that I think it's very important for the people to know is the EVOX line has a lot of improvements. Comparing to the
right.
previous line. So we have done a lot of upgrades. Inside to make the amplifier more reliable, more efficient, better sound quality. So it's a much superior product. And if you guys, he mentioned he had one go bad. So if you guys have any issue, just contact Jacob. At our RA department, we'll take care of replacing that for you. So
I know too. Joshua Anderson just finishing up 4K mile bike trip with 6K. Yeah, Joshua's been using EVOX for a while now.
Six of them.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, Josh is he's a ground pounder, man. He rolls.
Oh, 3 bikes. Okay, now I understand.
Yeah. No, it wasn't in one bike. Man.
Yeah, I didn't know. Maybe I don't know. Some people are very crazy.
Wait till you
Okay,
see
I
my
think
next.
I think that's it for tonight. I don't see any more. Oh, people want the mask. Can I get you my next order? Yes, I will. I will make that happen when they arrive. We don't have yet in the U.S. Oh, look at Rick. Rick is trying to make us say things that we should not say. Dorian. We cannot answer that,
Yeah,
Rick.
see,
Not yet.
Rick's that guy. Rick's
Yeah,
that
Rick
guy.
is
It's the
being
beard.
funny
He thinks he can
tonight.
get away with it because he has that beard.
Yeah, Rick. We cannot answer this, but we do have plans to expand our offering. We have many models, guys. We our engineering team is really, really working nonstop. So we have a lot of cool projects on the way. That's basically all we can say at this point. So we cannot say much more than that. Okay, I think that's it, right? Let's
Yeah,
see.
sounds good, man. Well, look, I appreciate you having me on. I hope I got all the
Thank you.
questions answered that everybody needs. I know I'm hard to get a hold of sometimes, guys, via text message or messenger. So keep trying. If you don't hear from me back, just hit me with another message, text me again, because I don't carry my phone during the day. It's normally sitting on the counter in there. I won't get anything done at all because it just goes off nonstop. So again, if anybody needs to get in touch with me, if you can't get me on
Oh, look who
text
is here
message.
now. He's a little bit late, this
Hey,
one.
there's Jeff Hill. What do you know? Mr. South Florida himself. If you can't get me there, you can email me at Dorian@SounDigital.com, and I will answer back via email if you don't catch me on the phone or via text message. So everybody should have my number. If not, you can go on my Facebook. And unfortunately, I've got to the point now where I can't accept any more friends unless I delete people. So I've been kind of going through my friends list and going and deleting people that I don't know or haven't. Well, I have to because there is people that I
Yes.
know. So, but you can follow me. So if you want to follow my page, I do a lot of stuff on my personal page as business, advertising, shows, lives, stuff like that. So if you want to, you can follow me. And you can also follow me on Instagram. It's Dorian_Blaze Performance. And then I'm also got a TikTok account, I think. So, you know,
Oh,
there's
you
Twitter,
do?
TikTok,
That's
Instagram.
you have that? That's for
Oh, yeah.
teenagers, no?
Nah, man, TikTok has gone crazy, man. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, I had the very first video I ever put up was just as, in fact, I put it on Facebook. It's where I did that, just a, the 4-speaker enter on the bike, and it made it switch from the old stuff to the new stuff.
Yeah.
I think I got like 17,500 views.
Wow.
And I was like, what in the, you know, because I didn't even know what it was. And then my next one got like 4. And I'm like, what is that? But I tagged SounDigital Ground Zero in the tick, but it was pretty funny. But no, there's some cool stuff out there. There's some cool stuff everywhere. Again, if anybody needs anything, feel free to reach out. I'm always available. If I don't answer,
okay.
you can definitely.
Our friend is here also, Carlos.
Oh yeah, Carlos. We have definitely been, Carlos and I talk quite a bit, and I know he's doing what I'm doing. We're knocking these Evos out. We got I had a picture. If you go check out an Instagram photo, I've got, let's see, 2 800-1s and a 1204 on a bike on a custom plate I make here, and it really works well. And that's my little lightweight bike that's going to do really well. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all signing on. If anything I can do, thank you, Diogo. I appreciate it, and we'll see you soon, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, guys, thank you for being here and watching us talk tonight. Thank you, Dorian, for the help. You know, if you guys have any suggestions, let us know. You know, I'm available. Dorian's available. Jacob, Tommy, Mauricio. You know, all the team. So, you know, anything you guys need, let me know. Stay safe. You know, wear a mask. Mask is good. You know, in my opinion. You know, protect yourself. And thank you very much, you guys. Have a great night.
Be safe.
Thank you.
Take care.